Hi, welcome to the topic of arithmetic and geometric progression. Today we will be attempting a question on the application of arithmetic and geometric progression. Without further ado, let's look at the question. Question 1. There's a student that owes the bank $15,000 for his study loan, and in every middle of the month he would pay $300. But at the end of each month, the bank would charge him 0.5% of the total that he still owes to the bank. Now, part 1 of the question, he asks you to show that the amount owes after 2 months is this particular amount. Now, this kind of sum is, what you need to do is we put it in the form of a table, and from there we have a clearer picture. So start, he owes the bank 15,000. Now let's say this is equals to P. Okay, this is equals to P. So instead of writing 15,000 so many times, I just put it as P. P can means principal. So in the middle of the month, the amount would be P minus 300. The end of the month, he still owes the bank not only this amount, but you need to multiply by 1 plus 0.005. Alright, now let's call this, that is equals to 1.005, and let's call this R. Okay, now that is for the first month. So at the start of the second month, this will be brought to the start of the second month. So you have P R minus 300R. Now in the middle of the month, same thing, it will be PR minus 300R minus another 300. Alright. Now, at the end of the second month, this amount will need to be multiplied by R. Alright, because this is the interest rate. So you will have R squared, R squared, R. Okay. Now, perhaps we just carry on for the third month. We see the pattern first. Actually, from here we can already substitute the value, and we will be able to find that it is equal to this amount. Let's work one more row, right? So this amount will be brought forward to the beginning of the third month. Okay, and here same thing. We minus 300. Okay, now so for the third month, the end of third month, so you need to times by R. So the expression for the end of the third month will be as such. Now let's try to do part 1. Okay, so maybe I will just do it here. Now It shows that after second month, that is the amount. So you have PR squared minus 300 R squared minus 300 R. Okay. Now what will you get? Now you substitute 15000. R squared will be 1.005 square minus 300 into 1.005 squared, then you minus 300 into 1.005. All right. And for that, if you key into the calculator, you will get 1454.8675. Okay, we have completed part 1 of the question. We shall now move on to part 2. Now, altogether, there are 3 parts of the question. Now, due to the lack of space, I just list out 2 parts first. After I have finished the second part, I will erase the board and we will move on to the third part of the question. Now, for now, let's look at the second part. Now, you are asked to show that the amount owes after nth month is given by this expression. Now, part 2. Now, if you look at this, you will find that there is a particular pattern. All right, let's look at the end of first month. Now, the end of first month is the same as the start of the second month. You look at this, is PR minus 300R, end of first month. So, when this is the first month, this is R to the power of 1. Now, what about the end of second month? The end of second month, you find that this is 2, 2, 1. Now, how about the third month? Now, the R becomes R cubed over here. Now, here becomes R cubed, and this becomes R squared and R. All right. So, the last term will be minus 300 times R. So, likewise, for nth month, all right, you will find that, let me write this down, n month. What will the expression be like? The expression will be PR to the power of n minus 300 to the times R to the power of n minus 300 to the power times R to the power n minus 1 minus 300 R. Okay, this is the expression. Now, what we need to do is we just need to substitute the various values for P and R. All right, so let's do that. So what is P? P is 15,000. So I have 15,000. R is 1.005 to the power of n minus. Now this part, what is this? What is this part? You can see there's a pattern here. This is a GP. All right. Ratio R, the first term, all right, is 300 minus R. Okay. So you just substitute into the formula 300R into R to the power of n minus 1 over R minus 1. Now R is 1.005, so R minus 1 will be 0.005. Okay. Now you substitute and put it into your GC, and then you will get 15,000, 1.005 to the power of n minus 60300. Here I will have 1.005 to the power of n minus 1. Now these two terms is the same. Is to the these two terms, if you multiply out, is something times 1.005 to the power of n. Alright, so we can they are like terms, okay, so we can put them together. Okay, so what over here you have minus 45300 into 1.005 to the power of n. Now, so this 60300 multiplied by minus 1, minus 6030 multiplied by minus 1, you get a positive 60300. Okay. Now we have come to the end of part 2. Let's move on to part 3 of the question. Now in part 3 of the question, you are asked to calculate how many more months he will take to repay his debt, compared to the case where no interest is imposed. Now let's assume that no interest is imposed. So we are doing part 3. So no interest. Now, he owes the bank 15,000. He repays the bank each month $300. So the number of months required will be 15,000 divided by 300. And that will give you 50 months. Alright. Now that is with no interest. Now assuming let's say the interest is being charged. Now the amount he owed to the bank after n months, it will be given by this expression. Now in order to repay the debt, you find that this amount has to be less than or equals to 0. So you have 60300. Now this is with interest, okay? Minus 45300 into 1.005 to the power of n must be smaller than or equals to 0. Okay? Now you can cancel out this 100, divide by 100 left and right. Alright. Now you can key this into your calculator. Okay. Now you key 603 minus 653 into 1.005 to the power of x into your GC. And you find where it cuts the x-axis. You find that n will be approximately 57.3. And we say that, let's say, because it's a number of month, alright? So it cannot be 57. 57 is still owing the bank some money. So the minimum required of him is to clear it after on the 58th month. So that it will be 8 months more, alright? Implies that 8 more months, alright? Simply just use 58 minus 50, alright? Now this is through graphical, alright, by the help of GDC. Now if you do not want to use your the graphical method, you can also use the make use of log, alright? So let's say this is 603. You bring this over. Now this is 453 into 1.005 to the power of n. Now to find n, you need to log both sides. So log 603. All right. Now this must be log 453 plus n log 1.005. Okay. Now, so what is n? You find that n is simply log 603 minus log 453 over log 1.005. Okay, and you find that it's the same n. You find that this part is 57.3 something something something. All right, so if you round it up, it will be n is equals to 58. All right, so same thing, you use 58 minus 50 is 8 more months. For that, we come to the end of this question. Hi, in the next video, we will be attempting this question regarding a police and a thief. Perhaps you can try this question on your own, but in any case, we will be working out the detailed solution. And I will be putting the URL link in the description below. We hope to see you again. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.